Right there. Is that good? Stars of the show right there. All right.
I saw it. Where's the blue building? Back in the blue building? Is that on the other side of the pond? Oh, okay. Dave. You have to color code there. I don't have it. Okay, I'm not NOAA. I usually just keep those photos, Does it feel good? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay.
All right, let's call this meeting to order. It's 6 o'clock, January 14th. Roll call.
Trustee Weir.
Here.
Trustee Ware.
Here.
Trustee Wood.
Here. Okay, let's stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready? Approve the minutes for the December 30th, 2025 closing of the books meeting.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
Approve the minutes for the January 2nd, 2026 reorganization meeting.
I'll second that.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
Approve the December 2025 financial reports.
I'll second that.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
Okay, correspondence?
Correspondence. One of the things I got on the go before date, the OPWC, monies for the, phase 3 and 4 of Broomgard Road will be going out for bid. The advertised bid will be February 18th, February 25th. And, bids will be due in the Springfield Township Administration Office by 2 p.m. March 11th. And then we will, open them at that meeting, at our trustees meeting. And then everything will be given to Dave Bacalard for review.
Okay.
The only other correspondence I got is the Ohio Township Association, in February, we'll be down there for the seminar, the 4th, 5th, and 6th of February, so we will be out of town for that. It's a good seminar, a lot of educational classes. The three of us take. We try to all take a different class so we can bring back as much information as possible. And there's some new laws. They seem to every year change a law of some sort to us, the trustees and the community and stuff. That's all I have.
Okay. John?
The other thing is I have some example. We'll talk about that at the, some of the talks about the other form section.
Okay. So I had a meeting with the county commissioners here yesterday. Gino and Anthony showed up, and they brought me some info on, they sent it out to the Mahoning County Township Association for grants that are coming in 2026. So I guess I was the only one that responded out of all the townships. So they came to see me, and we are filing for grant money. What the grants work for, we're gonna look at replacing the generator at the Springfield Fire Station, the old generator that's there now, replacing that and updating it, just like we just did the new generator, which is now up and running at Petersburg. So that fire station never had a backup generator, it now currently has a backup generator. So the doors will open and go without power. That just happened today, they fired that up today, but we are also going to look at adding air conditioning down at Petersburg. It doesn't have air conditioning currently, and it has boiler heat in there as we speak. So we are going to make all 3 fire stations so they're equal. And we're going to do it without using taxpayer dollars, because without the grant money, it would be something I would jump on. But it makes sense that if I can get the money and it goes towards that to update the station and keep it as current as possible, that's what the plan is. That's what I have. Anything else? No? Okay. Department reports. Let's go to fire and EMS. Mike.
Let's see here, All American, repair shop in Kansas said, $1.41's going for tires, and ready to return. There's a lengthy list of things that they've repaired that I'll have for you, full breakdown. Once it's back, it'll need pump tested, have the tower tested, which that's an annual thing. So as far as the tower being tested, we're gonna have that regardless. We're gonna have him do all the pumps whenever he's up here for that. Because the guy that we were using from September through December told me he was gonna be here before the end of the year. He was not. He's a nice guy, but he had a lot on his plate. So I'm gonna get this place come in. This is a little bit more reliable as far as that goes. Notice of funding opportunity from the AFG and SAFER is expected to be coming in 2025. Goes out the 2024 budget, so that'll give us 2 attempts at replacing an apparatus and the SAFER grant before they do our budget is more appropriate for a town our size. So it'll get a little bit tougher, but not impossible by any means. I spoke to Josh a little bit, and the trustees are willing to entertain it. We'd love to get that mobile home on the parcel next to us. Even if the money came from our training fund, just to run evolution through it all summer. And then talk to the dump about getting it rolled up and we can put it into when we're done. Let's see here. I sent you guys that letter regarding people utilizing the dumpster at 23. It's not like somebody just dumped the McDonald's out of their car into the dumpster. So there's quite a bit of use of it that filling up the dumpster, and the fire department can't use it. So spoke to Josh a little. He said send it down to the prosecutor's office, get an opinion from them, and then I'll have it for you next meeting, hopefully. There is siren information in the back of the packet if you guys wanted to see that. Started work on the Lexipol policy manual. It looks like a great product. The guy, when I did the first meeting with him, said expect a year to roll it out, but I think he kind of lowballed how much time we could put into it a week. So I'm thinking by March it'll be fine to roll out. The VFA grant, Bill got that submitted for the mobile March radio, the surf. Put mobile in quotes because it's a mobile radio, but it goes on a desk. It would serve as a backup dispatch console once we're on Marks. And then it would get us some pagers too. Unfortunately, we lost out on the Marks grant. We just got 3 free cell boosters from FirstNet. I was talking to the FirstNet rep one day and couldn't understand the word I was saying. And he asked, "Are you on a FirstNet phone?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, and they told me they have cell boosters, so they put about $6,000 worth of product, but they installed it over a Station 21 free of charge, so that there's cell signal in there. Now with the Red Cross setup, with that being a Red Cross shelter, if we would have a tornado come through, we get a FirstNet activation. All of the fire department phones with FirstNet are going to be given priority into that, and then the Red Cross will get priority into that system as well. So it's a double redundancy. You'll either have the FirstNet tower or the FirstNet cell booster, which goes through the fiber internet and then back into the AT&T system. So a little more fortified there, and FirstNet was nice enough to do it for free. Talking to the guys, making good progress on making sure somebody's in there when we're going, trying to keep the halls monitored a little bit closer. Just had a meeting with the 3-station meeting, and there was probably about 10 people who said they'd be interested if we posted it for them to, come clean after the hall. So kind of have a plan in place to streamline that a little bit. Had a really great turnout at the Sandy Fork fire. We reviewed audio and scene pictures. The guys had our stuff for real potential disaster. We found areas where we have room for improvement, and I was plan in place for that. I saw a little football coach. His name just escaped me. My apologies, but I saw him, and he said the guys getting off the truck. He said they didn't waste no time and they weren't screwing around. So it was really nice. I was at work that day, but it was nice to get great feedback there. Station 21 Association bought a complimentary set of M18 tools for Engine 21. So the Volskis are building a custom fab cabinet for the inside and back of it. They do some pretty good work, so we're probably looking at getting like a $10,000 cabinet for probably like $600-700. So that way, some of the EMS equipment that's on the outside and takes a little bit of weather to move in, the M18 stuff can go into that cabinet, and then it'll let us put a drug box on Engine 21 and it'll be secured. So that way, if we roll up to a house fire and pull somebody out of it, and the ambulance isn't there yet, we have pretty much everything we would need to initiate care at that point. Let's see here, we got $1,000 donation from, I think, a USCG Energy. We're looking at replacing one of the gas meters with it, and we'll probably need to replace at least one more this year. The ones we got, they were, probably from 2010, those were the two big trees.
Yeah, John Sullivan.
Yeah,
Austin, I know, has repaired them several times.
yeah, he said he's fixing the one like once a month.
Yeah.
So
They were repurposing the
there's a cheap one that we were gonna get just, off this, donation. Well, it's about 1,800, so it's a little more than the donation, but, we're gonna get that one. It doesn't have a pump, so we're looking at getting at least one high-end one like we have now. And then a couple lower end ones, so that we can do both. Let's see here. Looking at getting prices on water and ice gear. Most of our stuff is still in the old wooden box. So looking at replacing that. The newer stuff's all pneumatic and plates and everything, so we're getting quotes on that as well as airbag replacements for this year. I asked, to use them one time and they said they were a little unsure about them, so, Luke looked at them when he was up there training. He said it was okay to keep them on the truck for now, but he said to make sure you work it into your budget for next year. Getting quotes for the man door at 23, it doesn't, it started giving us trouble opening. And while they're getting us the quote, I asked them to give me a quote on either coating the hall or doing something so that we have a backup way in case that door would fail. Let's see here. And then, other things we're looking at, working into the budget for the year, getting quotes on waxing the floors at all 3 stations for the halls and whatnot, as well as the, network infrastructure to get us in line with the township building. Jim Bacon's looking at the chimney for Station 2, to see if he can patch that up or if we need to contract that out. You were talking, Jake said somebody's talking to you directly about the foundation for us iron down there.
Yep. He sent me the stuff, I haven't had it printed yet.
Okay, so that's in the works, and I'm hoping to come up with a plan to fix that retaining wall down there this year. Rescue 21, went over to Station 23 due to the fantastic increase in personnel. We're keeping an eye on 22 just to make sure there's enough trucks to move the influx of people that they got. And then I have a motion to hire Ross McCoy tonight. Motion to go, which Josh said we'll have to talk about it in the back. An executive, a motion for the hose and nozzle grant. Motion request to pay breathing air services. It was $839 they need for the annual, biannual required maintenance. And then we got approved for 4 more sets of turnout gear, essentially. It's about $16,000. It'll break down to about 4 more sets. Off of the original, turnout gear grant. So they used it for what it was for. There was money left over, so we put in to use more if that was approved. We have about 20 sets that go bad in 27. So the hope is to sit and talk to Grant and see about getting an extra 6, get those 4 plus another 6 to send us off as well in 27.
Mike, is there any grant money available for turnout gear?
So there's a couple of places that I wouldn't say that there's enough that we could bank on getting all 20 sets unless we go the AFG route. If we go the AFG route, that takes us out. We can only put it in for one thing through AFG every year.
How long does it take to see if you get that
Which grant?
from AFG?
So for AFG, whenever they put out the notice of funding, and let's say hypothetically they do it in May, they'll probably know by the end of the summer or fall, something like that.
Right, so you wait to purchase those till you know whether you got the grant.
I would say go for it. So I would say go for it now, because regardless of whether we get the grant for a fire truck, we're gonna need turnout gear. So I would say just, go for like 10 sets now. You're only paying for 6 out of pocket, and that puts you at 14 for next year. And then there's, various little grants we can try for to soften it. But,
I'm just thinking that, talking to the county, there was 3 that we didn't have anything that could fit that grant,
Mhm.
but I can call them back now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If I know there's 14 next year, we can wait, as long as we get it this year, we can spend it.
Yeah.
So,
I'm all for trying to soften. I don't know that, going the AFG route's the best option for us if we're deciding between an apparatus, because the apparatus, you're gonna be looking at getting about $1 million from this year, you're gonna be looking at about getting 100,000. So because of that, I would go for the apparatus grant on the AFG. But then again, maybe when we sit with her after the notice of funding changes and the apparatus is out, the year is a better option. But yeah, I'm all for whatever option gets us the better deal.
well, it's a no match and it comes straight to us, these grants.
What's that?
The
The AFG is typically like a 5% match.
the grants I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were
Doesn't
talking about that.
apply. We can get up to whatever the grant is good for, and there's no money match for it.
Oh, yeah, by all means, I'm glad that they're going to turn out.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
Nice, well, thank you. December statistics, brush fire 1, CO gas call 2, off-duty coverage 2, false alarms 4, minor mutual aid runs 3, MVA 10, turnpike MVA 1. What we're crashing the local roads on the state road.
That sounds like a dig.
Service call 7, structure fire 1, mutual aid structure fires 3. Duty crew ran 95 EMS calls, 16 of them at commercial medical facilities. EMS on and off duty ran 13 calls, 3 being commercial medical facilities. We had 1 in-town run to a nursing facility that we did not cover. Otherwise, all calls in Springfield in December we responded to. A couple of those we did the driver or medic, but and then there were 6 mutual aid runs we were telling about that we did not go to. All in all, we were alerted 150 times and we responded 143 times. Man hours off duty callback 99.02 hours. Scheduled shift 1,815 hours, 60.68. Administrative non-salary time was 55.45 hours. Training hours was 67.25 hours. Holiday on shift was 48.25 hours. Holiday off-duty call was 1 hour for a total of 2,086 hours. Overall, EMS billing revenue for 2025 did go down as expected. We were on the fall of 24 whenever we took our first dip, as we tried to reduce, non-emergency mutual aid and non-emergency runs at commercial medical facilities. We were initially on track to be down about 20% in 2025, but as the year wraps up, we're only down about 13%, and you're not going to see December's total billing until at the end of January, end of February. So that wrapped up pretty well. Those items, let's see here, I put that in the email. I thought it was in the packet, but it looks like it's not there for the total figures. I have the items that are going out for sealed bid, and that is all.
Thank you, Mike. Anything from Mike, you guys?
The only thing I have was that Sergeant? Sergeant, was that the football coach? Sorry.
Don Evans.
Oh, fine, okay.
He was like a drill sergeant whenever he was doing our conditioning.
Well, Sergeant cut me. But the other thing we briefly talked about was the siren, the weather siren. We just talked briefly about figuring out the one we have, and then we thought that the generators would run it, or the electric would run it, and it would work with the hook in for the weather alarms.
Yeah, so, that the electricity will definitely run it. If the power's out, if there's a question mark, if the generator will run it. Mike from Generator Specialist thinks that that siren is a higher horsepower than what Shane had thought it was. Shane told me he thought as long as the generator was three-phase, which it is, it would run the siren. The generator installer told me he thinks it would run the siren. Mike told me he thought that the siren was too high horsepower, like I said. But he said, that being said, if you wire it into the generator, you're not gonna fry anything. It just won't run. So it's worth a shot.
Not Shane from D&J.
And I can get more firm information, if that's the route you guys wanna go. So as far as a weather siren, so 22 is getting that put up as a fire siren. You can tie it into the county system. B&C told me that we were looking at about $5,000 to tie an existing siren into Mahoning County system. And then there would just be the cost, whatever you guys work out with getting that pulled up. If you went with the cheapest possible weather siren, and that was quoted in 25, so I'm sure there's some inflation with it. The cheapest possible weather siren was $31,000, and the higher end one, if you want to get one just like at Station 3, it would be about $45,000, $46,000, and that's all in the back as well.
As we spoke, if the board makes a decision on that, it's gonna be possible to get it done before, the storm comes, before bad weather. Okay?
That would, I suppose if you guys made the decision tonight, I think it would be possible for the commercial weather siren to be up before the spring. As far as the fire siren being ran, I would think Donnie would probably have a much better idea about that than me, because of the fact that we need to make the foundation, do the pad, etc. With the commercial siren, it's on a telephone pole, so they just pound it into the ground 8 foot and it's up. But that's where that stuff is.
So what they've got is they've acquired a tower. It's a 3-leg tower. And, a gentleman, an architectural firm actually did a foundation for it, a drawing for it. The problem is, potential problem is, they can't go where they want to put it. Because we have a water service line and a gas line come through it. And I think the footprint, Jake sent me the plans, as I told him, he sent me the plans. I haven't had time to come and run down there and actually see. But I don't think the footprint with the 24-inch casings and stuff like that, I don't think we're gonna be able to drill it and get the,
$5 grand though, can't move to the other side of the parking lot.
well, it would be a lot more than $5 grand because all your wiring and everything's right there.
I get why they want it.
Yeah.
If it has to move to the other side of the parking lot.
Yes, you can move the other side, but it will be stamped, it would be another $5 grand.
I still think, again, this is just my opinion, but I think if we have, let's say it's $5,000 investment, let's say it's $10,000 investment. It's a $10,000 investment, you put it up, the fire siren we currently have, and it runs, and the generator runs it. We don't have to spend $45,000 for the weather siren. So I would rather see us put that siren up because it runs regardless. This is only if power goes out. So if power goes out, that's when the generator would come on and try to run the siren. So any other time, that siren would work. So we could probably buy the lesser weather siren because that siren would work every time we had power.
One of the
When
other,
it wouldn't work is when we don't have power.
the other component too, you can put the siren up and use it for the fire siren and figure out, fill power to the station and see if the generator's gonna run.
Correct. Right, once it's up, we'll know whether it runs or not, the day it's up. You just shut the breakers off and the generator.
So you guys wanna shoot that route? Go for it.
My opinion is to go that route, because I think it's fiscally a smarter move.
And possibly where the foundation can be, if that all works out.
Yeah.
But that would be my vote too, as long as we can get it.
Oh, without a doubt, without spending 60 grand, you go that route, like you said, there could be variables of where that does,
You put it right across the street or 170, is right next to Dick's house.
It's close.
right in the center of the
Right by the
driveway.
window.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's gotta be looked into, so. I'll get that.
That's the route we're going, and unless we find out other catastrophic stuff.
I would like him to look at it.
Yeah.
And where it can go, but, like he said, it's another $5 grand to run a conduit under the drive and get it on, away from the building on the other side of it. I still think that's the best cost effective way to go.
It's all right.
Okay, me too. Okay. Please. Ready?
All right, I have December's analysis. Misdemeanor arrests 3, minor misdemeanor citations 1, OBIs 2, non-moving traffic citations 7, moving traffic citations 6, verbal warnings 34, enforcement services 53, crash reports 10, incident reports 35, no reports 148, public service calls 193, regular duty hours 1424, overtime hours 75, total duty hours 1498, fuel usage 1,000. December we had 12 hours of OBI task force. We reimbursed for that. The second one is the year-end analysis. So this is all of 2025. So for 25, we had 34 felony arrests, 35 misdemeanor arrests, 11 misdemeanors, minor misdemeanor citations, 23 OBIs, 152 non-moving traffic citations, 95 moving traffic citations, 810 verbal warnings, 1,160 enforcement services, 74 crash reports, 359 incident reports, 1,714 no reports.
Hey, no, what's a no report?
We go
They don't want.
help EMS, no report needed, if they got questions, anything like that. Basic. Yep. Total service calls, 2,129. Regular duty hours, 17,974. Overtime, 901. And total duty hours, 18,890. Any questions on that?
The only thing I'd say is, we live out in a small community, and that's a lot of work for the year. There's a lot going on.
I looked at the mileage, which you didn't say. Huh? I looked at the mileage, which you didn't say for the year.
Oh, yeah. 111,727. We had Shop with the Cop, on December 20th. We had a nice turnout for that. We had 10 families that came, 10 children. We got a donation from DFW for 1,000, and we got a private donation for 200. So each child got $120, and we got the shop with them. Whatever was left out of that 120 went to the family to use for whatever they needed. So we had a good time with that. That worked out real well. Afterwards, 4 of us from the police department went up and handed out, helped them hand out the food baskets up at the elementary school. Christy, Officer Anderson, and Detective Sergeant Lalakis, they did fill a cruiser, and great amount of toys we got out of the Springfield Road Dollar General and Woodward Road Dollar General. And we were able to turn those over to the food basket, community food basket, and they use that to hand out to the family needy families also. So it was you know, it was fantastic. It was great help. Amy's computer, we've been talking about that. GBS is, talked to one of the main guys today. They're going to look at the computer and do a whole diagnostic check on that. He's believing that computer is 7 years old, and that is the issue with it. I don't know. We don't know how much is stored on there, and he believes that's why it's shutting down. So he's going to check it out for around $1,500. That's probably a high price. We can get a new computer, or we can use the old one that Grant had, but I don't know how old that one is either.
It's 2 years old.
2 years old. So however you guys want to do it, but I mean, I know I had the same trouble with some of mine, because they were so old, shutting down and having issues with them, so I don't know if we're gonna run into that again or go with the new one. But I will have the quote tomorrow, and I will have that diagnostic check. As long as he can get in there and check it out, see exactly what's going on.
So what do you guys think of that?
Well, to me, the 2-year-old one is a possibility, but I like the new one. There's a lot in there. All the agendas come out of there, everything comes out of there. There's a lot in there.
Our newsletter, everything she does, she does that. So I would probably, I'm gonna make a motion not to exceed $1,500 and see what our quote comes back to go for a new computer rather than use the other computer.
Now, I'll have more information on exactly what's going on.
That's their recommendation, correct? Okay.
Thanks, Ray, for doing that.
And the only thing I've got, $1,200. I think we did that already. I think we said, so we don't need to do that. But I put the cost in there for the new 2026 Ford Explorer. That's for all the upfitting, all the equipment that goes in the car, and it actually, instead of we've been using these things in the trunk. Oh my gosh, since the 90s. And so now they have another that has drawers in it that will hold all the stuff in place instead of this thing walking around in the back. So that there's a little bit more of a cost to that, but you know, for everything that goes in the vehicle, it's at $23,545.25. So that's for the new car.
Do we know when that car is supposed to be?
No. I know last year we ordered it. I think we ordered that in December last year, and we had it by May. So this, and he could order all the parts to know the size.
That's what held us up the last couple of days. We're waiting on parts on it.
Yeah, okay. So if we want to do this, we can do that, and he can get the stuff ordered. He said there's no problem with storing it in his place and no problem.
Okay. Anything else for? No. Thank you, Randy.
You want executive too, though.
Oh, yeah, executive session.
Matters should be kept confidential.
To consider employment of public employee or official and security matters.
That was for, the sealed bid.
Yeah, I gotta do it under,
Oh, it's official title.
Purchase or sale of property.
there you, yep. Okay, Mike, our school superintendent reached out to me this week. February, she's meeting with Lisa from,
Oh, nice.
you remember we talked
Yeah.
about this? They're gonna start implementing fire safety in the school.
Nice.
And I'd like you to get involved and
Yeah, absolutely.
be there, maybe with a couple
Couple times.
uniform,
Yeah.
yeah, so that the kids can see and
Yeah.
get familiar. We can start in the elementary school and then work their way up.
That sounds like-
So, what to do, how to do, that type of stuff,
Mhm.
okay?
That sounds like a plan.
Okay. Road department, David?
Hey, as Dawn had mentioned, Bloomberg Road, phase 3 and 4, we're gonna combine it in the project. Advertised February 18th and 25th. Open it up in the March meeting. That's on the agenda, and also on the agenda, the contract for the folk engineering for Bloomberg Road phase 4, that needs signed. Received an email from Folk Maintenance Forum from Shook was received, and we're waiting for him to sign day request 2, which is the final and the change order. And once he signs that, Dave will get you guys.
Yeah. We got that today.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. Just, close that. No PWC is waiting for these, that cost 2 years old, so we'll be glad to get that off. Salt, I ordered 160 ton, which was, the balance was 100, I was about 15% over that, which, that was a 60 ton, 50%, 15%. I have a 400 ton allocation. We received 144 ton. I had 16 ton left over, and truck was up there today, and they shut them down. So we only got 144 ton. They're scrambling up there, and only got to haul some left. At least we got another 44 ton beyond what we allocated for at that locked in price. Now, anything above that, which I think would be good, it's gonna be $15 a ton more. Which was, $49.90. We're the third cheapest in the state, which is, we're paying over $90 a ton on the river. I've also talked about tree trimming on, 2 roads that we're gonna pave, Rath and Harmon. I gave you those, estimates, we'll look at that, with the budget meeting, see how that all falls together. Salt spreader on Glenn's truck was, we were unable to control, we couldn't calibrate it. Bought a new one, $1,325, which I could agree about, and it should be. The question is, one, the old one's $400 to send them to Minnesota for recall. That's truck specific. So, truck to 2007, we ordered a new truck, we're not gonna put much rebuild. Spreader. So, we can talk about that later.
Hey, while you're on that real quick, if we bought a new truck and it got a new controller in it, would it be the same controller that you're having rebuilt?
No.
So it would not move from one to the other, so this will be truck specific if we have that rebuilt.
Right.
Okay.
When I was talking to the guys at the state, the board system that I got in my truck is so user friendly, and that's a lot of the trucks have as well. So, but when that goes out to bid, we will specify that.
this freedom to so complicated. I mean, it's not very user friendly. So tonight, before we go out, I better go check it just to make sure it's there, because today we loaded up. I had to go check on something, come back, and it was not what was in there. I don't know what happened, but I had to be counted. So, and this one has a battery backup too, so everything I saved should be there. So. This is on the agenda also, the revenue expert waited for 4 weeks. This summer, once we get a plan on culverts, which we're doing on East South Range Road at 24 inch, and all the ditch cleaning. That works out to pretty reasonable. It works out to $85 a day. Now, to rent that for a week, it works out to $160 a day. So it's double. You commit to the week. But there's times where we need it for a week and then we're doing some other things. It's hard to judge, trying to get everything done in that 1 month period. But all I'm saying is it would be nice to have it for a week here and there, but the price is up. If you guys want to add that on the agenda to do the week price, we can discuss that. It's going to be through that. I've got a quote for the equipment building, 30 by 32 area, what we're needing, the tobacco is, insulation barn coming $11.50. Broken Sun could not come out until next week. And the motion reads not to exceed $11.50. I wait till both gets through the quote in. And I did quote on this material. That's us. We're giving you a machine. It's $820. So it's really not worth us doing it. Get the machine back, and both may come in lower than $11.50. The new reservoir heater was installed in that same building in that area. Works great. No one failed. I believe the heat exchanger was blown.
Bad heat exchanger, yes. So we got it up and running for a little short amount of time, but then it tripped out again on the limit. Dale came down and confirmed that the heat exchanger was bad, so we received a new unit for that. That's when we looked at the installation level, and how much it runs, why it would have failed, and all those reasons. That's why the installation would help hold the heat in better and run the unit less, giving less on gas.
It was approximately 4 inches in that attic right now, so that's neat. Okay, part 26, did hook the triple charger to it. It sits a couple of weeks, it's still dead. There's still some equipment hooked up there, ready, the lights on the line. It's strong power.
I think that we always have a draw. I don't know where it's coming from, but we have odds look at it and see if we can figure it out.
We unhooked the positive cable.
I would be all for taking it to Todd and figuring that out, and then if he says it's something that's costing money, let's just put a disconnect switch on that. You get out of the car and you flip it off. You can put it in the fender wall for all I care.
The best way is to fix the problem.
Yes. As long as it's not.
No, $2,000. No, you wanna buy another club. That's not fixing anything. You're like plastic, you get a problem.
Second one, awesome. Okay. Okay, Middletown Road, we have some water problems there. Wolf wanted like $5,000 for her engineers to come shoot the grade on the pipe, so we did that. Well, did you get that email?
I seen it, I didn't know.
Okay. And I asked Dave today, he said, yeah, that's good. What I found out, actually, in Joel's yard, pipe was close to my job.
How much can we charge them to fix it?
Yeah.
Well,
Did you guys rehearse that? That was pretty quick. You guys may not remember, but we plowed a little bit of snow when the road department needed it. Donnie, however, took out his son's mailbox with the plow truck.
Accidentally, I didn't do it all.
Oh,
right.
sure you did.
It was a salt square. No, that was the problem. He tried to do that.
Trying to make it work. That pipe is completely full. So we'll try to jet it. We'll put a T in his yard there. The great can go both ways. But I think there's some pipe pile in there. That we did hit going east. So I think they did it on a Sunday morning back in the day. We inherited that road from them. It's just, and as far as the water, it's gonna come off the road. The open ditch would catch it and take it east. But we gotta get rid of the water in the pipe. We're still gonna have groundwater going over. There's some blockage. There was, I believe, Garden Center to the ditch at Chester's is like 30 inches, 28 inches long. In like 600 feet, it's not much.
When you say Garden Center, towards Joel's house or the other side of it?
The other side of Garden Center. But that water coming out of the Ridge Brother used to live there, that pipe dry. So that 15 inches full, we're gonna get it opened up. Start. Hopefully we can fix that. Now the culvert is next to Zubik's. New cement driveway, but it's tailed up. That might be an issue. Dave's working on that. We'll let you know what he does. Also, I'll give you some ideas on the service truck. We're wanting to put out the bid to replace our 2007 F-150 for $180,000. A utility box, and for a smaller plow for the alleys, and salt spreader. So we can also talk about that in the budget meeting. Look over those books that gave you. Grant, did you get the inventory?
Yeah, I got that.
Then we had a spreadsheet, I had her update that. And then one more thing, I was checking, Josh, and asked me to check the fire stations. With the heat, station 23, the back door, steps, there's 2 furnaces in that one. Barely got in there. And changed part of the one furnace for wasn't changed for a long time, but it's all up to date now. That door, maybe you can have them look at it. That door there is go. There's 2 furnaces there. The one door is by the check truck. The other one, and there was 2 boxes. And that's all I got.
Thank you, David. Anything for David? Old business?
Old business, yeah. One thing with old business is, after our reorg meeting, I was summoned down Honey Creek Road, went down there and, met with the recycle company on the tires being moved out of the Spindler Tire Shop. EPA's out of money, and there's still tires there. So they've hauled over 1,200 ton of tires out so far. Out of funding, they were closing it up.
We had talked about
That we talked about it. It's just updates so people know. So anyhow, it's, hopefully gonna get back on the finance board with the amount of tires down there in March. I spoke with the girl from the EPA and the Lightner Tire crew that does that, and, yeah, they were surprised. They were way under budget on this. They took the big, or the small cut, they said over 1,200 ton. And then, the big ones there yet. They have it all cleared, ready to go. They just don't have the money to do it yet. Yep. So that's what I have on the old business there.
No, other than, we did that kind of grant last time. Liberty Fire, that may be a possibility if most of them come through the rest of it. Maybe go to the grant money after we said.
All right. And the other thing too is, they're hoping the, new, maintenance garage, hopefully be delivered, mid-February to end February. So they'll probably, if the weather stays like this, they will be starting footers in February sometime.
So the only thing I have on old business is I have, just one thing. The final permits are being pulled for the, fiber internet service that's coming for the areas that don't have it. Final permits are being pulled. Start is supposed to be by the end of February. So production will be happening. So if you see trucks on the road, you know what they're for, that's what they're doing. They're going to be working, they're all Comcast. And I don't know if they're hiring out for the infrastructure or if they're doing it themselves. They didn't tell me that as of yet, but that is coming pretty quickly. And that's all I got. Okay, new business. Right?
I have nothing.
Okay. So I did find out a little bit, we're waiting on because Omni Fiber hit the brakes because they're putting a culvert in on South Range Road. It's coming from Locust, which is coming from 170, down Locust, down South Range, and to our power out here, they're bringing us fiber cable. Today I found out that we will be able to utilize that fiber cable for $100 a year. So if I want to try to fix, which I have to look into this and I can't make any promises, but if I want to put a wireless solution on our power to take care of the rest of the people that didn't get internet from Comcast, that's my next push for what we're gonna do for the people that don't have internet service. We're gonna see if this can utilize by hiring a service to come in and mount dish all the way around the tower at the top to be able to transmit internet out to our township. Will it double over on some areas? It will definitely double over. Meaning if you have Armstrong now and whoever provides this, you may be able to attach to that as well. So that's the next step for that. And well, I'll keep you in the loop as it goes. It's a slow push. It took me 4 years to get 100 and whatever homes covered by Comcast. So, but I'm still going at it. That's all I have. Do I need to put you in the corner? Okay, let's do our swearing in of the Ross McCoy, you want to come on up? So I'm going to do a motion to hire. Thank you, sir. Okay, put your right hand, please. I state your name. As a duty appointed member of the Springfield Township Fire Department, do hereby swear to affirm, to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Hang on one second, I lost my place. To hereby swear to affirm, swear to affirm, to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the resolution and township rule of regulation. That's all right. And the resolution and township rule or regulation. So help me God. That's it.
You don't get to go that quick.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Well, Joe Lee, you need it. Russ is another legacy hire, so his sister worked here before him, and
Okay, let me get out of here so I can get you know one side, put Mike on the other side. You guys can smile. Yes, be happy that you're all right. Beautiful. That works.
We
we
got
got Joe Lee too. That's actually the man for you.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Hey, Russ.
It's a picture of the fire, basically, it's never goes up.
Check letters, so there you go.
Yeah, not for. I did. Here.
I got it on Monday.
Oh, you said it. On time. That's the most serious. Didn't make it in. Right.
Okay.
And you have.
I have two resolutions. One's with the finance. Advance. Hey, Mike. Did you give me a copy of the
Well, I,
So that email.
I'll get it.
Well, that email's for here.
I'll get it right
It was due on. Yeah.
As he said,
Here what he says to do, state.
Ready?
That's why we pulled out some.
Let's pull this back together real quick. Motion to accept contract with Thomas Folk and Associates for Brun Garden Road Phase 4.
1 second, Pat.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to advertise and accept bids for Vanguard Road Phase 3 and 4 project.
I'll say that.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to pay certified power $1,325 for truck number 14 salt spreader controls, as long as they work.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to rent a mini excavator for a 4-week period from United Rentals for an amount not to exceed $2,850.
I'll tell you, I like going with the month rather than the 2 in the week. I understand your point, Dave, but
Yeah, and we got the back road of going.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to blow in 12 inches of insulation in the blue building, 32 by 32, not to exceed $1,150.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion paid tactical protection and surveillance, $23,545.25 for upfitting of the new 2026 police car.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Say.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to pay the bills and authorize the fiscal officer to make advances as necessary from the general fund to other funds which need monies to cover expenses until the next tax.
I'll second it.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes. There's a couple more motions here.
Yeah.
You need that motion. Right.
Motion to hire Ross McCoy as an employee of the fire department pending successful completion of background, physical, drug screen, and firefighter 1 training, subject to a probationary period of 1 year, which may be extended up to 2 years, pending completion of the firefighter 1 training. The probationary period shall conclude after 1 year or upon completion of firefighter training, whichever occurs later.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
We'll hold that second one till we come back out from the back. Motion to approve payment to Breathing Air Systems. Motion to approve payment in the amount of $839.92 for the annual required maintenance and testing of the fixed cascade system at Station 21 performed by Breathing Air Systems. $839.92.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Okay, and one more. Matt, you want to talk about what we talked about on the phone, the tires?
Oh, the service work on the engine and tanker, the tire that we changed, we got one out. There was one tire that was 8 years old, so I kept it out. I'll go to the station, so we have a spare for the engine. But the other 15, those are 2 years old. So they're not really worth anything. Unless you guys want to bring them here and auction them off.
Going down in the valley.
So do you have a purpose for them? Can you get rid of them?
I can get rid of them if you want me to, but,
Either that or you would have to pay entire disposal.
I'd rather, if you guys can get rid of them, I'd rather you guys get rid of them. Okay? I'll make a motion. I'm gonna make a motion. I'm gonna make a motion that, Snyder Farms takes care of the 15 tires past their longevity of 12 years, of no value.
Trustee Weary,
Yes,
trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
thank you, Matt. Yeah. I thought I made a motion for that, but let's do it. Let's make a motion not to exceed, yeah, make a motion not to exceed, $1,500 to replace his computer, and GBS will give us a quote for that prior to anything being done.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weary,
Yes,
trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, no, they said, oh, you still got stuff.
Yeah, the whole resolution.
Resolution requesting the county auditor to make advance payments of taxes.
That's all you need to read on that
Yeah.
one.
So I'm gonna make a motion for the resolution requesting the county auditor to make advance payments of taxes.
I'll say it.
Trustee Weary,
Yes,
trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
okay, and then I'm making a motion for this grant.
Yeah, assuming everyone's good, you're all good to accept that. You just need to read that first
Yeah.
section.
Right to the top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a motion, a resolution providing for the insurance and sale of Series 2026 general obligation permanent improvement bonds in the aggregate principal of $800,000. You wanna talk about that a little bit, Grant, for these guys?
Yeah, I can. It's financing for the new road maintenance building. It's over a 15-year period. It's a 4.34% rate. Paid semi-annually, so it'll be due the first payment in August, and then for every year after that, February and August will have to pay payments on.
So basically, what we're doing for our fire station right now, we elected to do that rather than take a pile of money and pay for our road department building. So the money that we have invested, instead of taking it back out of the investment, we're gonna make money on the money that we have invested while we make the payments back for our payment.
Really, it's just about a wash, isn't it?
We pay a little bit in financing fees. But it's a lot better for cash flow to pay $80,000 a year instead of $800,000 all at once.
Wait, did you make that motion?
I did.
I'll second it.
And one other thing with that, they said we should have the money at the end of the month. We'll have the full amount. Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Okay, now let's do comments from the floor.
I mean, if you don't mind,
Yeah.
we'll start, we're gonna talk a little bit about, talk to Ray about the issue of speed going out of town there on 165, I'll state about 165. I know that Ray beefed up, some patrols out there, and I talked to you, and, you said about, with winter weather, you didn't really notice or didn't know for sure if it really made much of a difference, but, I guess, Ray, we can all talk about this. It's a state route, and we enforce the law there, but we can't do anything as far as signs. That would be evidently from the state or the county.
Yeah, no, that's state, that's all state, you have to talk to ODOT, they'd have to come, yeah, they'd have to come out, we don't have the power to do it, just like we don't on the county roads, it's our roads, they can do that. Now, you can call and make suggestions, but the state's the state, they oversee.
Do you know anybody down at the state level, Randy? Is it possible you make a phone call?
I can make a phone call.
So it's not just a resident, it's our chief of
What are
police.
you looking for?
I don't know. I asked ODOT about paying a double yellow line, maybe that would help. I don't know, one of those radar signs that said you're speeding or something.
No, we could do that. I could definitely, I'll put that up in the summer. I have no problem with that. Woodward. Yeah, so from like Springfield Road down to the Dollar General, that 40 mile an hour zone, correct?
Yeah, it's about 80.
Yeah, well, believe me.
I've seen it, I've had it, what you mean?
Oh, yeah.
Joe go fast, stop.
I used to sit there all the time. I mean, it was, especially coming out of town. So
It's straight, it's flat, there's a lot of sight. They're free to do it.
listen, I had that posted for 2 weeks. I know we got a couple of DUIs, we got a couple of drug arrests out of it. I mean, they were hitting it hard. So, once they stop a car like that, now they're tied up for another hour or two, doing all the paperwork. So, anytime you think it's increasing, you call over here, leave me a message, if I'm not in there, and I'll post it. And I just took it down, when was that, Dawn?
Oh,
Last week?
Yeah, we can go.
So what that means is they have a board back here in our police department. And he writes down for everybody that comes on to duty, what roads he has complaints on. Then our officers that come on duty read that board, and then when they go out, they hit those roads hard for their time being out at that time frame. So again, he's taking it down, but he will put it back up. And then summertime, you're telling me we can put the speed.
Yeah, I
limit on?
could put the speed.
There you go.
And the state will do a traffic study. I don't know if there's an issue, they'll do a traffic study, but it may not show them, but boy, that's a dangerous curve down by Simon Curve.
Oh, it is. He's getting approved, and we've called complaining about, the area on 165, which would be just south of Beaver Springfield, because we've had so many truck crashes in that area with them taking out, I mean, you see the new telephone poles, they've been new for years and years, because so we've been contacting them about that, building, trying to build that firm up. You've seen how long it took for them to, put a kind of a berm on Snyder's Bend. I mean, when I started, as soon as it rained, I'd go sit in New Springfield because I was getting a crash out of Snyder's Bend as soon as the road got cut. So it just takes, I'll put a call in and see if they'll say anything, but I can't make any promises. That's all the state. They control all of that.
At least we'll stay all aware of that area.
But seriously, if you call me and say, hey, it's, traffic's picking up, and, who's that, your cousin, niece next door?
Oh, yeah, my niece.
Your niece, I know she's called and said about people running the bus signs, so I go down there and I'll sit in the morning, between 7:30 and 8:10, I'll sit right at the church here and watch the traffic there. So, but like the trucks, as soon as they spot us, they call on the radio and say, hey, watch out.
When the cat's away, the mice play.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, those road signs have worked. I've seen it work. When they see it slow down, it's flashing, I'm telling you, in our township, since we've got those signs, you can watch the traffic. I'm on the road and they're behind me and I see them come. All of a sudden, they slow up. It's like a school, flashing light for a school.
And I'll definitely put them up, once the weather breaks. They're plastic, the front of them is a real thin plastic. So in this type of weather, especially with the state trucks,
Trollers and
coming down there, yeah.
I'm not out of work no more. so-
Yeah, and some people like mailboxes here too. But no, when the weather straightens up, I will, with that. But just give me a call. All right?
Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
Okay, anybody else? Mr. Rindsey, the other Rindsey.
Got some good news for you today.
All right, what do you got?
We got a new dumpster company, trash company coming into the township. Diamond, they're down by Lisbon. Okay. They can bring my dumpster for more. Half the cost of Ohio waste. And they want us spread out. They started out fixing dumpsters. And they didn't like that, I guess. I don't know, but they bought equipment and now they're coming up here. And they're looking for them. And if you're gonna save half of the money on, mine went from 78 to 45 yesterday.
1 year contract?
Huh?
1 year contract?
No contract.
Month to month?
Yep.
What was that company again?
Diamond Waste. And if you need the phone number, I can get you that. But he's coming tomorrow with mine. And all of that, when they bring it from around, way down, my son's got them way down in Winona, okay? But we get $1.25 a ton out of that. And all of this other stuff that's coming in from out of state, and I found out this the other day, the whole state of Connecticut is shipping everything right here. And we get $1.25 a ton out of that too. Of course, it's gonna fill up one of these days, in about 20 years. But anyway, I thought I'd give you that information, you guys can do some research on it. And if you need any help, I'll help you. But other than that, I'm in good shape.
Okay, anybody else?
What did I do the bum by the way?
Donnie? You wanna talk about that? Run the next phase?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what's our next phase?
What?
What did I do?
Redo the drainage on the, from South Range Road up towards the Vents. Redo the drainage work on it. If you've ever noticed it just holds water. We have a water problem with it, running through properties. When we have rains, it runs through property where it's not supposed to really run because it's not designed, it was never designed properly when they put it back in.
I'm not thinking it could.
You want us to?
Joe does.
Okay.
That'll make it straight.
No, we can't take the,
That's just like a traffic.
slow traffic. If not,
Yeah.
How you find them?
Yeah.
In the back?
Yes, my name is Laura Consiglio, and I'm a resident of the village. And I'm also a council person, and I just wanted to come tonight, just for a couple of reasons, but the first one is to thank fire and police for every call that you have answered for us. I appreciate it, and I'm glad that we have a bunch of you guys here, so that I can say that I do appreciate it. I haven't had to, make any calls that my neighbors have, and I appreciate you guys coming out. We're working hard on trying to get the new fire chief. Very soon, we'll be engaged Michelle, and there will probably be announcing our new police chief. And I just want to thank you for all that you've done for us in the time that I've been on the meeting. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming and say, I know that National Night Out is coming. I don't know, I mean, I'm coming here, the council doesn't even know I'm here, but I'm coming, and I think that, I'm very sure that they would be agreeable to it. I'd like you guys to consider us maybe getting together, maybe twice a year, to talk about some things that, maybe that we could collaborate on. One is National Night Out. What suggestions do you have? What involvement do you want? Do you want more? Do you want less? We're definitely open, and, I mean, I see the different things that you guys are planning. Do you need volunteers? I mean, I know I can speak for council, we'll come and we'll help, do what we can. So I'm coming to just ask you guys to consider council, police and fire to maybe, sit down a couple times a year. That way also, as we're sitting there talking, if questions come up, if there's anything you want to know or want to ask or we want to talk about with it. And it doesn't have to be something formal, it can be informal. We've said it twice a year, this day and this day, we can attend, we can't. Just to keep some lines, just to open some lines of communication and, sitting here today, you guys have a lot of good ideas about how to handle a lot of things. I'm listening to a lot of good things and, if we could, just sit and talk with no line of communication, see where we might be able to be of assistance and.
Thank you for that.
And I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Yes.
Mike, this is for you. I would like to know what our participation was in the Sandy Court fire. Did our fire department do anything? Let's show up.
I was at Hubbard that day, but Matt was actually in charge of the scene. I listened to the audio. I don't believe there was much, but then Matt, was there anything that I missed that wasn't on the audio? Well, you were referring to the engine 60. You were referring to the village truck.
Yeah.
Was there? I didn't hear much on the audio. But was there anything that they handled?
They were.
Okay.
We had all three of our engines go back to that fire. And there's no one to phone.
Okay.
So it is their engines go back to
Okay.
all the engines.
So was the fire out before our truck showed up?
It was, let's say 70%. We were still doing the overhaul and, hot spots. We were getting hot spots. Putting it out. Was it under control? The fire was get under control.
And I have, he was talking about speeding, and I was wondering if, Shirley's Road could have more patrols. Because now that it's paved, we had a complaint at our meeting on Monday about it being an autobahn. And I know half of Shirley's Road is Shirley, yeah.
Yeah, we probably got road there, but yeah, I'll post. Yep.
And you were saying that you were having trouble with the locks at Station 23.
Yeah, just well, I think the door in general, the doors, the original one from whenever they redid it in 2000, 2001 or so. But the doors starting to crumble at the bottom and caused it to not line up and stuff.
Because we're having trouble with our locks,
Mm-hmm.
so we just had Russell locks, so they're going to be coming and replacing the locks, and I think it's like $1,100
Oh wow.
for our fire station.
Yeah. I think the locking mechanism itself is going to be okay. And it's like the door and the jam that's rusted with 20 years of salt and spread and just putting it right up on the door.
Yeah, ours is basically a lock. And I was wondering, do you have a camera at 23 to see what's happening with the trash?
Yeah, we this summer we put just a little inexpensive Amazon camera, like were able to kind of watch and see exactly what's going on. And
Or you know who's using it?
yeah, and somebody had an opportunity to tell them that, they weren't allowed to, and they said, I know, and just kept going about their day, so.
And, the siren at, Struthers Road, the old fire station, will the weather siren work at that station?
The weather siren that's there in between the old fire station and the village, that's from the county, so that one's still operating off the county. And then the fire siren from there, that was taken down when the station moved, and it's just indoors as decoration now.
So it's only working on Saturdays at noon?
Yeah, anytime the county trips it, so Saturdays at noon, or, if there's a tornado or whatnot, any type of, federal advisory.
But it will go off in the weather advisory?
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, the county maintains it, they have a feedback loop. So if the siren's giving an issue, it sends feedback to the EMA. The exact inner workings, I don't totally know, it's impossible to end down there. That's my rough understanding of it. But that's all county owned.
And just a comment to Dave about the battery. I remind you, Jeep, if you don't start the car up at least once a week, the battery goes dead.
We probably triple charge it and do it.
Yeah.
It's an old cruiser, and there's a scroll on electronics up to it, and that race it was
Yeah.
raw power that,
Yeah, that's when it's a newer Jeep and it's just drained, the battery just sitting there, so if you don't use it in a week, you have a dead
Right.
battery.
and it was sitting a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Switch.
Um,
I'll put some equipment.
and my last comment is, I was disappointed you didn't participate in our Christmas parade.
I would say, I don't know, that was another day that I was working, so it wasn't any sleight of hand to you guys, it was just, I believe we had a crew on duty and they were on the call, but, yeah, that wasn't meant as any sleight of hand, it was just scheduled. My kids got to be in it, though, they were pretty excited.
Oh, cool.
They were on the free of church float.
And because I'm not busy enough in my life, I'm starting a coffee and conversation group. It's going to be once a month at Hollow Grounds, the first Saturday of every month at 10 o'clock. So, and it's not just village, it's township also. So anybody that wants to come and just yap and have a cup of coffee, whether you have a complaint, a suggestion, whatever. So I brought a couple of flyers. I gave one to Ray Davis to post at 23. If you want to post one at 21 and 42.
Yeah, we can do that. You want to, for like the whole community, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
Put it like on our fire department Facebook page if you want.
you can do that.
All right.
Now, everything we do,
Mhm.
she's for both council people, just for the whole community. We never do anything that's just for the village. You know, National Night Out, Kids Day, whatever, it's for everyone. It's not just the village. We're not. Yeah, if you could post these. And then anybody that wants to come. We just like to see if we can improve our town. And that's it for me.
Okay, anyone else? Comments from the floor? Yes, no, maybe? Okay, then let's move on to, I'll make a motion to go into executive session, to discuss.
Before we do that, are we ready to pay show? We want to make a motion for that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Who wants to make the motion?
Do you want me to do it, or do you want to? I don't remember.
I have it here, I can.
Okay, I'll make the motion to pay Shook, Construction, final payout, providing all paperwork that's been supplied to David Backlund, which you have, and we don't have it. So the total will be $127,390.78. And that's, that'll come from the OPWC funds.
If you want to leave that, I'll second it.
Trustee Weary,
Yes?
trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Okay. Now are we ready?
I have one.
Okay.
Well, engineering, they have an invoice as well. I don't know if you got that. Dave was
I
gonna,
don't think so.
Dave was gonna have this all straightened out tomorrow.
When did they send the invoice? I don't
I don't
know.
know, that. He was gonna let me know tomorrow. I didn't know you had Sharp's invoice.
Oh. Yeah, they just sent it
Because some of
this
that,
afternoon sometime.
okay. Some of that money is coming from OPWC, OPWC. Maybe you wanna reach out to Dave.
We don't, we pay the full amount like directly by us, but we have to approve to pay the full
Yeah.
amount, so that we're ready.
So you'll sign it, so.
Yeah, yeah, we're good with that.
Okay.
And then Dave will get us his invoice.
Yeah, that'll come.
Okay, motion to go into executive session to discuss, to consider the employment of a public employee or official and, security matters.
That's what we,
Yes. And then also, purchase or sale of property, and that's for fire. Yeah, at 7:30. There will be some business that probably happens when we come back out, depending on what we do might hear with the sealed bid stuff.
Trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Weary,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
We're not a good one.
Oh, hey, we got all the drugs. You guys.
All right, let me get back here and get this meeting. No, you know you have it?
probably not.
Here.
We're done this time.
No, we made this up here.
Mike did another one there.
Yeah.
All right, see you later.
He's a movie star. Yeah, you got that one? You sent it tonight? No, he sent it to me last meeting. I can be.
Hey, Matt.
You.
Did you, oh, did he? Did he? You know, get some satisfaction out of what you need?
All right.
Huh? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for 10 meters, they put up there, $5,000 a piece.
Well, what happened, yes.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do, that's okay. So I usually go to the middle down to the TikTok this hour tonight. I think I will anyway.
Your buddies go there?
Huh?
Your buddies go there?
My buddy?
Joe,
No, he's gone. He's over there.
who goes, yeah, you want to meet him?
Yeah,
All right.
I got some questions asked.
Go ahead.
I can do that.
Austin bought he bought a Japanese truck. It's usually a Honda. The right-hand drive.
Oh, one of those little things,
Little
yeah. I've seen one going around, seen that now.
We've got another account in works now. So now we have Old Dominion, everything plastics, and that new power plant, we just put another one up there. Well, you got that power plant. Well, it's like asphalt gravel parking lot and gravel there. We don't want to be gravel. So we have to spread it and very little known that we roll over to Old Dominion. It's all gravel too, it's all washed gravel. There's very little yard over there. And they don't want to be using their stuff, so we've been using battery operated backpack. And, you spray 32 or 40 gallons of, that's 8 fill-ups in that. Yeah. In one of the backpack spares. So he's like, hey, what do you think about a four-wheeler for going around up there? I was like, what about one of the Japanese units? The windshield. He's like, oh. If you have them, I found one, the guy had 8,500, you got a title with it and everything. He went and picked it up today, he's gonna take it tomorrow morning, to their over, so they'll give them up. Yeah. That is a bit more to the tag on. Yeah, but like a 6-foot bed on it, you gotta put a tank on, we're gonna put a spray system with a tank and reel and everything in the back of it. No, we're not gonna put boots on it because you really can't up there with the gravel and top hill and stuff. But the real hose has like 150 feet of hose. So you can keep that pressurized. You gotta put a gas engine on it and then just real drop and shoot pretty far. Colton gotta get his herbicide license so he can do commercial. And then you can get the ship that needs to go instead. You can't, the normal license, you can't get that good stuff, but if you get commercial, you can do the good stuff. You get like a copy. Yeah, we can get it from Robin. And we'll get it from him. But he did that so we can just, what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, we're fucking hiring like 12 inch hour.
Oh, and it's making it up their 4-bolt rims. Like, he drove it over to the farm, and I followed him to his house. He's driving down the road, he truck like this, just with him in it. Just funny, John, Bunker, he wanted with it, he was 150. One of these had a plow on it. Oh, yeah.
I just saw one today and I forget where it was. And they had
He had
a little plow on the front.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. Yeah. It's a little round drive. Yeah, good. It's a 5-speed. And, it's, I don't know, it's 91 or 92. So they're older, so it's carbureted and stuff. There's no mark on it. They're simple. Yeah. And the motor is under the bed in the back. Like in the center of the bed, there's this, you cut this hole, take the hole out. Then, and the engine's right there. You said Honda? Yeah, it's a Honda. Yeah. Well, that's one good thing. It's like a big 50 motor out of a motorcycle. Well, it's on the gas engine. Yeah. Oh, this is what Mike did. This was doing the movie.
If these guys touch my homestead, then you'll be amazed how many titties they get.
Stupid. All right, I gotta go.
All right.
I was on the vehicle.
What was the meeting?
Still a meeting? Village? Yeah, it is? Yeah. Yeah, I just ready to call off the police department. And they're like, well, I was like, okay, because there was an EMS call and it said 2650, on call, but not responding. So I asked them, I said, what's the deal with this? And they're like, well, our officers are on call, you know, they can be on call. I said, yeah. I said, on call from home? They're like, yeah. I was like, do they get paid to sit at home? They're like, well, if they're on call, they get a stipend. I was like, well, how much do they get? They get like $50. I said, so you can be on call
And not answer the
and not answer the call
And still get
and
$50.
still get $50. Well, we don't know that happened. I was like, it happens all the time. I was like, don't you guys, well, you need to let us know. It's like, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm not counting, I'm not the mayor.
Wanted to see what.
Yeah, you know, and so they got mad at me for asking me questions, and I go, you can pay these people to sit at home, but they don't have to answer calls, and I go, what constitutes them to answer the call? And they're like, they wouldn't answer the question. I go, do I have to get shot for him to come out? Yeah. I was like, you know, if someone's walking in my backyard, knocking on my door and stuff,
I mean, obviously Brian Flynn on the board for days
yeah,
on call. And I'm like, "Hey, what the hell, really?"
yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand.
They just want to have some downtime.
Did they hire a fire chief or police chief?
Yeah. Did they hire TJ? He don't even have his deposit. He's got to go to a refresher.
I know.
You don't have one?
Did you hear her say? Will be announcing it in the next couple of days or that?
Probably 2 days.
He had a,
No, he, Bob, yeah.
yeah.
So he's gonna take, I asked him, I said, well, who are you gonna get for an officer for patrol? They're only got paid like $17 an hour. Oh, I got some guys that'll come work for me, I don't think that's a problem. I said, TJ, you can go to McDonald's and make more money, or Home Depot and make more money. You don't have to worry
Instead of
about
dealing
that.
with this shit,
Yeah.
you don't know what he's getting into.
Are we still translating? Yeah, we're on.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
And say logged in. Oh, nice.